The hardest thing
about acting.
Hi, I'm Alex DeLerma, and this is the Cinema Gym. The Cinema Gym is all about helping you transition from the stage to the screen.
Whether we know it or not, we have these preconceived ideas in our head about what a character should be like. We think, I think the character should be angry now. Oh, the character should be sad, or the character should be scared. And I think the hardest thing about acting is letting go of all of that and free falling.
I think the hardest thing about acting in this industry is probably getting in front of the right people and getting noticed, being seen, and getting in front of people who are actually making films and making a difference in this industry.
For me, it was actually allowing myself to dive into these different feelings that a character may or may not have, but finding it myself as me, and then letting that, applying that to something later.
The hardest thing about acting to me is setting aside my own ego and finding myself in whoever I'm trying to honor.
One of the hardest things about acting for me is finding that perfect intersection between honoring the here and the now, and also merging that with the honoring the text, what the writer's intent was.
The hardest thing in acting for me is watching myself. I'm not crazy about it, but I do like the reward most times.
The hardest thing about acting is being vulnerable on camera. What makes it most interesting is watching people who are really there, really bringing themselves to the role. And for me, that's been a journey of learning myself, becoming more vulnerable, and doing that on screen with another human being. Because that's really why we go to watch movies. That's the magic. The magic is being vulnerable.
There's actually two things for me. The first one, probably the biggest, is the business side of it, is the hustle. Trying to find an agent, manager that will take you on, especially if you don't have any credits. It can be frustrating, and it just, you gotta hustle, and you gotta really want it, and you gotta do that work. It's different from the acting work. It's the business side of the work. And the second thing is when you're on set, just letting your preparation go, and being in the moment with the other actor, and just trusting your preparation.
And as soon as you go with ideas that you have, it's a mental idea and it's not visceral. And people go to movies and watch TV to feel something alive. Yeah. So to me, it's really free falling, and it's the most exciting, invigorating, turn on thing about acting when you don't know what you're going to say next. Right. Or you memorized your lines, but you don't know how they're going to come out of your mouth. You haven't planned it, and you're in the moment, and they just tumble out of your mouth, and you're not in control.
Right. This is a term I use in teaching called echoing back. I want to echo this back to you through my filter and make sure that I understood correctly. You're not saying don't make choices. I think what you're saying is, you make choices, you have an idea of how things are going to go, but then the hardest thing to do is throw away the homework, just leave it alone, and now be present and see what happens. Yeah. Is that accurate?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, excellent, thank you. Thanks for visiting the Cinema Gym. If these videos are helping you and you want to see some more, please like, subscribe, comment. Let's keep this thing going. If you're interested in classes, seminars, or private coaching, you can visit the website. Hope to see you in the gym soon.
TheCinemaGym.com for virtual one-on-one coaching for camera.